So in the past, even in our creative agencies, we've had a certain design to our organization and maybe even a certain role that our design leaders have had in that organization. And that is what I like to call a leader as an architect, especially when we're talking about culture. Many times when a creative who's an entrepreneur is going to start their own agency or start a new practice within an agency, many times that leader needs to act as the architect of culture. They need to be the one who designs, who is able to demonstrate to people, this is who we are, this is who we want to be, this is what it looks like, this is what is acceptable, this is how we believe, behave. All these things are predetermined by the leader as an architect. This is fine when an organization is young, like say a startup agency or startup organization. In fact, it is necessary that the founder, the CEO, the principal of that particular firm acts as the architect of that culture. But as the company starts to mature, as the company starts to grow, the role of that leader needs to change. No longer can they operate as the architect, as the predeterminer of what that culture will look like. Because as people come in, people start to come in with their own ideas, with their own sense of purpose, and they want to be in alignment. So the leader needs to transition from being an architect of culture to becoming a facilitator of culture. They need to be able to lead conversations, lead a journey, lead a process of transformation, and they need to adopt the skills of what it means to not always have the answers, not to always make the decisions themselves, but to find a way to invite the employees into a process to say, hey, I understand that you have experiences that I don't. I believe that you have ideas that I don't have. You may have an understanding and maybe ideas that are far better than I could ever adopt in my own way of thinking. So I want to bring you into this process where I can harness that collaborative genius that you represent, you as an individual, but also as part of a group, to believe that we can shape this culture in a way that I could not do myself. And so if a leader wants to adapt to this new way of working in the future where we have multiple generations with multiple ways of thinking, a leader needs to transition from being an architect to being a facilitator.